been busy, the time of the year again,
Hmm.
a lot of things going on, you
Yeah.
know, charity stuff, end of year parties and, things like that. I've been busy, but it's been good,
Yeah, and off air,
and
you've been telling me that you've not shaved.
yeah, I've been busy for charity. I've not shaved now for 1 month,
Okay.
the whole of November. I
Uh-huh.
decided to grow my beards for November to raise money for cancer research, UK.
That's good. So how much have you saved so far? Or can you
Uh,
disclose that?
yeah, why not? Yes, now so
How much have you
far,
saved so far?
yeah, yeah, from with donations from friends and okay, is it about £1,200?
Yeah, that's
So
good.
yeah,
So
yeah.
how does it work? If someone wants to help you out, what do they need to do?
You donate via Heart of Africa UK.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the website. We have a GoFundMe that is for our organization, but I
Mm-hmm.
didn't really do anyone specifically for this one. But you
Mm-hmm.
can always donate via PayPal, via eBay. We do eBay as well.
Mm-hmm.
But for this one personally, my friends, my close friends and family members, I just told them, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and at work when they ask me, T, what's up? I say, yeah, I'm raising money for charity, so they have to do something,
Yeah, I might not.
so
Then I'm not your close friend and family then, because you didn't tell me about it, so that I
no,
can.
it is not too late now. We've not seen since then, to be honest. We've been chatting,
Yeah.
but we've not really seen because if you've seen it, you will have gone like, what's wrong with this man? Or, things like that.
No, no, that's good. That's good. Thank you for coming. I know you're very busy. Guys, welcome to another video. This is Living Abroad. So I would just like you to introduce yourself properly. Who are you? What you're about and what you do. So I don't leave anything behind.
Okay.
Don't be
Like
modest. Everything.
no, I'll try to say everything. My name is Toya Ayiku, like I said. I was born in Nigeria to a Ghanaian dad and a Nigerian mother. I grew up in Nigeria till my teenage years when I went to Germany. I spent most of my years in Germany, actually, to be honest, and
Mm,
school years and stuff. And my wife and myself, we moved into the UK in 2006,
mm,
to visit initially, but we ended up staying in Aberdeen. Well, this is a story for another day because I love Scotland to that extent. We went to visit a friend in Aberdeen and, you know, we were staying in a hotel and I was talking about it. I said, I like this place. And, I
mm,
say, if I have a job here, I'll just stay. And the hotel reception manager was there. I didn't even know he was the reception manager.
mm.
And it was like, yeah, if you like, we're looking for a receptionist. You can start working here if you want. I was like, well, he said, yeah,
Wow.
you're a bubbly guy. Yeah, because I always come down. So we stayed there for a week and I was always having a chat with the
Mm,
receptionist on duty, talking about myself and how much I like the town, how much I like Scotland, you
mm,
know, because I know London a lot, a little bit. I used to come to the UK. The family has connections in London, so my big brothers are there, and at the time my father was there too.
mm.
So I usually visit London, but I never really felt London, you know.
Yeah. For me, I know you didn't choose because you were young when you moved to Germany, right? Because for
Yeah.
me, if I'm looking to move anywhere, I mean, the first thing is the language. Like I would be skeptical to move in a country where the English is not the first language. So how was it for you growing up in Germany?
Uh, you know, it was beautiful. I'll say, it was really nice. For me, the experience was different because I was among the few. I was kind of special. They didn't have loads of black people that time.
Mm,
The late 80s, early 90s. Late 80s, mid late 80s.
mm,
It was kind of cool. What people wanting to be your pals. Because we were
mm.
dancing breakdance then, and I was a cool dude, so it was pretty
Hey, you
good.
were a dancer.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I used to dance when I was younger. So it was
Yeah.
pretty cool. The only black kid in the block. And children don't know racism, to be honest,
Mm,
yeah, but only the parents, some of them don't want me in their houses because of what their parents will say, to the extent that some girls wouldn't want to date you because they'll tell you I like you, but I don't know what will my friends say, you know,
yeah.
but there were some that didn't really care,
Mm,
because they want to go with their hearts. But there are instances where even boyfriends of mine, I couldn't go to their parties because their parents wouldn't let me come in there.
mm,
That was then though. I don't know how Germany is now, but then you still had some of those people that were, it was
mm.
just about 35, 40 years down the Second World War we're talking about. So that time, so it was pretty kind of,
But
it was still.
yeah, but that's
Mm.
the thing with you though. Like every time I speak to you, you're always so positive, especially when it comes to these racism like incidents, you know? Because even now, the way you're looking at it, you're like, yeah, but you're looking at the fact that you are special because not a lot of black people, instead of the negative, like and say, oh, I was the only one, this happened to me, this happened to me. So how did you find that? Like to look at it and be like, you know what,
Yeah,
actually I'm special. I can dance, they can't dance.
thank
I
you,
think that's
thank
how
you.
you won most.
Thank you.
Mm,
I just told you, I said I was special because first of all, I saw myself as that only different thing in the mix. It's special. You're
mm,
different in the mix. So you're obviously unique, right?
mm.
Like we
And you can
here,
dance better than
minority,
them,
everyone,
probably.
we are unique. We
Mm?
are, yes, definitely. We are, yeah, definitely. We are unique, and not until we start owning it. Yeah.
Mm,
Not until we start owning it, saying, look, I am better than yourself. I am the same like you.
mm,
What you've got, I can do it better, or what you can do, I can do it better, or what you've got, I can earn it, I can get it. I want to go get it,
mm,
instead of sitting there and thinking, this person is a white man. Yeah, the people that there are a friend of mine, yeah, he had to leave, he didn't have his party in his house
mm,
because the parents wouldn't want me to come in. So he went somewhere else and we all ate somewhere and we had our party in another friend's house, you
mm,
know, just because he was like, I know my parents wouldn't want to see this young man. They all understood as well. I
mm,
understood then because that was the parents' perspective, you know. It's so sad. Even I have a personal story as well. When my first son was born to a German
mm.
girl, I was 21 then. It was a little bit early for me, but
Started
yeah,
early. Welcome to
yeah,
the club.
that's a little bit early. I was
Yeah.
20, I was 21 then, and she got pregnant, and a typical German girl, white German girl, blonde, blue, whatever eyes,
Mm.
and yeah, she got home, and the stepdad, because our father is late, the stepdad said, "Well, you're not bringing this baby into my house."
The baby.
Yes, forget about me. I don't go there.
Yeah.
They come to me. Forget the baby now. You're not bringing this baby into my house, so they had to break it, to get the whatever was there, to rent a flat, to try to get the things done.
Because the
Mm.
stepfather said this baby is not
Yeah,
coming here because the baby is half
yeah,
black.
yes, that's all. For 1.5 years, Sandra and my ex-girlfriend then and the mom, they were meeting. The mom comes to the flat, but
Mm,
she always goes to the mom. She'll be there at the garden. The mom will come, they'll talk at the friends. And, on this particular day, this old man opened the door and my little boy just stretched out his hand, say, carry me.
mm,
The old man lifted the boy. He cried that day. He was crying. He had the little boy. And from that day, they had that bond. And the man passed at the age of 99 last year. And Janik was the man that took care of him, was driving him to the
mm. The
hospital to
same
visit.
boy.
The same, but yeah, yeah, he lived with him. He calls him his grandfather. In short, the relationship, because that boy grew in that house. Since he was
Mm,
7, they took him. So he
mm,
grew there. He grew in that house. So he has relationships and connections to them than even me, you
mm,
know. So what I'm trying to say is sometimes we don't dwell in this past of I'm a black man, or they don't like
Mm,
me, or they don't. No, you have to keep going. It will change. And again, my advice for people is, if somebody is ignorant enough to see you from the racial perspective,
mm,
you should be more humane and more educated to educate that person on
mm,
race, equality, that we are the same. Because some people, they don't do this out of knowledge. They just do it maybe out of ignorance, out of jealousy, but
mm,
they don't know. They don't really know for sure what they're doing, because no human being will want to see the other one as lesser than the other one, if you know
mm.
what I mean. You know?
And I think, yeah, when you talk about the jealousy, I think you as a black, cool guy who can dance probably better than them. And I think maybe most of the young men will probably feel some type of way. It is,
Definitely, definitely. There were times where you know that this is because you dance better than them. You know. Don't see the racial side, because
yeah.
even if you're a midst of some black people, you feel the same way too. You know, I mean, if you ask me, say right now, your best pal,
Mm,
my best pal right now is a white guy. My
mm,
best, yeah, I call her my sister.
yeah.
She's a woman. She
Mm,
supports me. She wants me to be okay. She, if I get any difficulties anywhere, I'll give her a call. I'll say, Sandra, what's up?
mm,
I know her mom. I know her husband. She knows my wife. She knows my kids. She's a
yeah.
sister. If there's anything, I know I can call her and we can talk.
Mm. Well, it
She's
happens
a
in
good
South
person.
Africa as well. Nigerians in South Africa, like South African men are angry with you guys. They come here,
Yeah.
take our women. Hey, these guys, why our women like them so much? Why this, you know?
Yeah, it's ignorance as well, because
Yeah, it is.
and jealousy on the other end,
It
and
is.
The Nigerian guys know it, that
Mm,
this is what is happening. But this is the nature of the Nigerian man. This is the way we're being built. This is the way we're being brought up. This is the way, you know, screw up my language, please. Just forget about all this
mm,
racial thing, and let's live, because the world is changing, and I like the way it is changing. I like the direction it is changing. But I'll tell you this: there are politicians that are still acting ignorant. Yeah,
to
that
push their
wants
own
to
agendas.
yeah, to push
Yeah.
their own agendas. Yeah, they want to.
Mm,
They still have these people. Don't get me wrong. We still have these right wingers that want to, you know, I mean, we still have
mm,
these right wingers. We have them here in the UK, but they're minute. If
mm,
I went down south and I was talking about Scottish independence, this is something else. I just put it in. I was talking about
mm,
Scottish independence, and the guy was telling me you're a righty. I got
mm,
home and I thought about it. It is in a way that you are a
mm,
right wing Scottish guy. I said, oh, I never thought about this. They call it systematic racism.
mm,
Yeah, yes, we is there, you know. But I don't want us to dwell on that.
mm,
We have opportunities. We even have chances, because there are companies. As a company, you have the right, this moral right to say, okay, balance your racial equity. You balance it.
mm,
By law.
mm,
There should be a percentage of this, percentage of that, so it is balanced, kind of,
mm,
like Scotland, for example. But some of us don't know. You go for an interview, you didn't get the job, fair enough, but I'll tell you this: sometimes it is an advantage to go for a job because you are a black person. You might get that job. So they
mm,
shouldn't see it all the time like, I didn't get the job. Oh, it's because I'm a black person. No, it is wrong, because there are some companies that are looking to balance that equation
mm,
of the percentage of black. So when you as a black person comes and they go like, okay, this one has a chance to come in
mm,
for interview, so they can. So that race that you think is only a disadvantage, no, come on,
mm.
take the things out of it, man.
And it is your positive attitude that has made you like do the work that you do, like for the community, because you're not just focusing on the black community. Your community work is for everyone. Can you just tell us about the work that you do and how
Okay,
you started?
okay. In 2011, I went back to to college. I have this passion for hospitality. Like I told you, I was working in a
Yeah.
hotel, and I
You
was
still owe
there.
me jollof rice. You said you're gonna make
Yeah,
a baked jollof rice
you,
for
yes, you're gonna have one of the best jollof rice you've ever had. Don't you worry, that's not a problem. I got a job with South Rancher Council.
me. Okay.
Not really in my field, but I just graduated. I needed something to do. I got a job with the housing um, in South Lancashire Council.
Mhm.
So I was working as a housing assistant officer, housing
Mhm.
officer, with them. So sometimes I go to this homeless unit they call Lindsay House in East Kilbride. And whenever I'm there, there's always an incident because I was doing the weekend shifts there. So it was
Mm.
always even up to deaths, suicide and stuff,
Mm.
and me, it's difficult for me. Meanwhile, I got holidays, so I went on a trip with my son to Lagos. And while we were there this summer, my boy asked me in front of my cousins. He said, "Dad, when are we going back home?" And my cousin was like, "You are home. Here is home. Here is home." I said, "No, Lagos is not his home. He was born in Europe. He has his friends, his school, his life,
Mm.
his everything. Yeah,
Mm.
maybe me, I have some here, in Africa, I'm saying now. Because even right now, if I go to Africa, I have to look for where I will get bread, where I will get milk. I
Mm.
don't know, but when I'm back here in the UK, when I step into Hamilton with my eyes
That's
shut,
home.
I'm at home. I know I'm going to. So that triggered something in me. I found out that there's a problem between here and Africa, us and them, kind of division, kind of
Mm.
confusion of
Mm.
identity of certain people. You know,
Our
yes, you
children,
can be
especially.
Yes, you can be a black guy and you're Scottish, like my son, like myself now. You know,
Mm.
you can be black and be, they are white
Mm.
South Africans, you know.
So what you're saying there is when before you took your son back home, right, for a visit,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
always considered this place as a place of work. I'm just working here,
Yes. No, no, no,
right?
no, no, not that. Not really. Not really.
But you
But
didn't feel like you can invest in this place.
there was still that division of okay, that place is home, that place is
Yeah,
home, you
I'm just
know.
working here.
Yeah, thank you. We live here now. He got to hear you I speak. I say we live here now, and really we live here now. You can't be us and them.
Mm.
We have to try to emulate their ways. Like the Bible tells us,
Yeah.
if you are a Roman or if you are in Rome, behave like the Romans do. And you can't bring your African culture here and say, I'm African. Yes, we know, bring your culture, but respect their own and you know, show them yours. So they can
Mm.
understand when you do certain things, they can understand, say, oh, that's the way they do it. But you can't just come and start doing your own
Don't
thing and
force
say,
it. Yeah.
thank you. In 2015, Heart of Africa was formed.
Wow.
For Fridays like that,
Mm.
So I'm like, okay, every 4 Fridays, we're gonna be cooking here. I know I'm getting paid, so nothing
Mm.
can go wrong that day. It's Friday. So I was like, okay, we'll come. I'll call the family, I'll call the team, we'll cook together with the
Mm.
residents, we have a party.
Yes.
But okay, cool. I said, okay. So the first one was a hit. Everybody turned
So
up
now you
and
were just cooking for the homeless people.
yeah, at the
Yeah.
homeless unit. Yeah. We sat down, we ate together. They liked it, they enjoyed it, they learned how it made. And meanwhile, there's another homeless unit across, or just beside it, actually, the Y
Mm.
project. So they approached me. They were like, Mr. T, because what happens is whatever we use from here that we can't finish because there's restrictions, you can't go into this house, these people from this house can't go into this house, they're
Mm.
homeless unit. So we always give them food from leftovers from this side. They were like, man, come on, why can't you
Cook for us as
come
well.
to our own? Then I was like, look, I told the boss, I said, look, it's not going to work because I'm on a tight budget here,
They want
you know?
more.
Yeah, I said, I'm on tight budget here. It's not So they were like, no, we'll give you the invoice. We'll sort the invoice out for the food. And okay, I was like, okay. So now that means
What
I
were
have
you
two,
making for them? That was so nice.
my food, infused Afro-Caribbean food, like fried plantain, fried rice, jollof rice, Yeah, they like it. They like my jerk
Oh,
chicken a lot. Yeah, they like my jerk chicken. They like my mince and tatties. They like my. I invented some food, Rasta pasta, for example. I have to invent something like the way we do it in Nigeria and infuse some way they cook here that I learned from college, so it can work,
so
blend
what's a
them
Rasta
together.
pasta?
Rasta pasta is basically fried noodle, but with Nigerian spices, with chicken in it, with grilled
So
jerk
basically,
chicken.
you are combining like Western food and African
Yeah,
food. It's not
yes, I'm
just,
infused. I'm
yeah.
infusing it. So, like my lentil soup, it has some spices from Nigeria in it. So when you're having the lentil, you're having lentil, but it is lentil that but it is kind of, you know, yeah. And
It's
fortunately,
got some spice in it,
with
African
some other
spice.
flavor. Yeah, so it is always something. What did you put in this? How did you do it? Yeah, it is always that's what we always get. So we
Wow.
started with the Y project,
Mm-hmm.
and it was crazy for me because now it is 2 Fridays from my working Friday. It was clashing with my shift. It was,
Mm.
you know, so Y project they have another place, another homeless unit. They wanted us to do that. I said, man. So I was doing three. Now my Fridays was all over the place, my shift. That was when I met Peter from Vaslam.
Oh, yes, Peter from Fastland. Yeah.
Okay, before then I know them, I know them. They taught me a lot of stuff, how to do
Mm.
the paperwork, charity, Oscar returns, and you know, but they told me that I can do this as a social enterprise. I never knew what a social enterprise was before then. So they told me about social entrepreneurship. And yeah, I looked into it. I was like, okay, where
So
do
what
I
is
start?
that then for someone who's looking into starting charity? What is
You
social
know,
enterprise?
a social enterprise, a social enterprise is an enterprise where you you're running business, but the
Mm.
business is for the social good of the place. You're
Mm.
making profit, you're getting paid, and the money that you make from this, the profit that you make after paying yourself, is reinvested into this business to develop what you do for the community.
Okay.
That's the easiest way I can.
You
I
can't
don't know
just
if
go around
that.
buying your BMW with the profit. Yeah.
No, no, you can't.
Yeah.
Again, it is good. You are on a decent wage. Nobody is fighting you about your wage,
Mm.
to be honest. So long, come on, it's for good. And
Mm.
you have to report at the end of the year. So you can't just say this is my profit and I bought this. No, it's not like that.
So where
You
do
know.
people, most of the people go wrong when it comes to charity and running charity? You see some people going to prison. What do you think? Where do you think they go wrong?
Yeah, you see, you can't eat your cake and have it. You know, how can I give you money to buy food for
Mm.
somebody, right? You took the money, you came to me, you lied to me that you want to, because you have to write an application, right?
Mm.
Yeah, that you want to carry out this project or something.
Mm.
Yeah, I give you this money,
Mm.
and you end up going to buy a BMW, or
Mm.
that is fraud. That's why it is difficult for some, especially ethnic minority people, for some
Mm.
of us to get into the funding ladder because some people before us, they've squandered the opportunity. Like
Mm.
myself, yeah, I told you I was starting with my own money. I went to Gambia, yeah, on my own, to
You went
see
to
because
Gambia?
I went to Gambia with my own money, yeah.
Was that related to the project?
Yes, it was.
Oh, okay.
you know, it was. I have this barber guy that takes care of my hair, right?
Mm.
He's the only guy that touches me, so I'll go see him tomorrow, Abu. Yeah, yeah. And Abu, he's from Gambia. Great
Hmm.
guy, he liked what I do. Then he saw me cooking, and how I try to make sure that we come together,
Mm.
community cohesion.
Mm.
So anyway, he liked the whole idea, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, you can support some children in Gambia,
Mm.
and we bought some pencils and some exercise books and some. I really enjoyed it because the pencils and the books went there before I went there. So by the time I got to Gambia at the airport,
That's a pencil guy.
I was treated like a special VIP. The kids came with two vans and they were all over the airport with flags of Head of Africa. I was like, oh, that yeah,
Yeah.
that really made me do more for them as well. When I got back, Oscar wrote me a letter.
Mm.
They said they want to see my accounts because somebody wrote them that I'm embezzling money.
Who's writing to you?
Oscar, because somebody have written to them. They showed me the letter, they showed me the email, and the email was some black woman, not a white, yeah,
Your own
So
people, our own.
who is your own now? Who is your own now? So at the end of the day, they came, they checked my books. They were like, dude, I said, nobody has given me any money. I said, you know what? I can even do a charity without it because honestly, I don't even want anybody to know what I do.
Mm.
I have some videos of the party that they had yesterday. Yeah, a party that I sponsored with my family here. Wow,
Mm.
God has blessed me. I enjoy giving. That's the truth of the matter.
Mm.
But anyway, they were like, what's going on? I said, you know what? I don't even want to register this thing anymore. I just want to keep you can be doing your charity without registering it. You only register because you want to get some funding sometimes
Yes,
from
you need
people.
help. Yeah.
And you want to grow your thing.
Mm.
Because your time that you give alone for charity is enough.